Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, there comes a season in your life when the noise is loud and the distractions are many, that God will call you into isolation. Not because you're being punished, but because you're being prepared. Focus on yourself and stay silent. The world is shouting for your attention, social media is screaming for validation, and the crowd wants entertainment. But your soul is starving for stillness. You don't have to explain your every move. You don't have to justify your every dream. You don't have to prove your worth to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Focus on yourself and stay silent. Growth is quiet. Healing is quiet. Transformation doesn't happen on the stage. It happens behind closed doors. While they're talking about you, God is working on you. While they're laughing at you, heaven is applauding you. While they're waiting for your downfall, God is preparing your uprising. You don't have time to clap back. You don't have time to be petty. You don't have time to be distracted by people who didn't build you, can't bless you, and don't even see you. Focus on yourself and stay silent. This is your season of separation, not isolation, but consecration. God is pruning, God is positioning, God is preparing you for something greater than you've ever imagined. But you can't get there entertaining every voice. You can't soar with eagles if you're scratching with chickens. You can't carry the oil if you're spilling it trying to prove you've got it. When the caterpillar enters the cocoon, it doesn't make announcements. It goes in quiet. It breaks down quietly, and it emerges with wings. You don't owe anyone your process. You don't owe anyone your pain. You don't owe anyone your plan. All you owe is obedience. So focus on yourself and stay silent. Let the fruit speak. Let the results speak. Let the light in you speak. Because what God is about to do in you, eye hath not seen, ear hath not heard, neither has it entered into the hearts of man. So stay low, stay hidden, stay humble, stay hidden, stay humble. And when it's your time, they won't need an introduction. They'll see the glory on you. Sometimes in life, we are tempted to speak too much. We feel the need to explain ourselves, defend our actions, prove our worth, or answer every voice that speaks against us. But the truth is, silence can be one of the most powerful things you can use. It may not look like a weapon. It doesn't shout. It doesn't argue. It doesn't fight with fists or words. But silence has strength. It has a voice all its own. Oh. And when you learn to stay silent in the right moments, you learn how to win battles without ever lifting your hands. There are people who will misunderstand you on purpose. They will twist your words, question your decisions, and try to pull you into arguments. But you don't have to respond to everyone. Just because someone speaks doesn't mean they deserve your attention. Silence is not weakness. Silence is control. Silence means you're choosing peace over drama, purpose over distraction, and destiny over noise. Imagine someone trying to hurt you with their words. They expect you to fight back, to yell, to throw insults, to prove them wrong. But when you stay silent, you take away their power. They can't feed off your reaction. You don't need to get in the mud with them. You can rise above. You can walk away. Not because you are scared, but because you are strong. Sometimes silence speaks louder than words ever could. When people see that you're not easily shaken, when they see you're not bothered by what they say or do, they begin to realize that you're not like everyone else. You're focused. You're disciplined. You're driven by something bigger than their opinions. Bigger than their opinions. There are also times in life when silence helps you hear better. When you're constantly talking, explaining, or complaining, it's hard to hear what God is saying. But when you are silent, you can hear the quiet whisper in your spirit. You can hear direction. You can hear wisdom. You can hear correction. Some of the greatest lessons in life don't come through loud voices. They come in the quiet places. Silence also gives you time to think. Sometimes we speak too quickly. We say things in anger, in fear, in frustration, and then we regret them later. But silence gives you space to pause. It gives you time to calm down, to choose your words carefully, or maybe not to say anything at all. And sometimes the best thing you can do is say nothing. Let time reveal the truth. Let actions speak for you. Let your life do the talking. Think about how many relationships have been ruined because someone didn't know when to be silent. Think about how many dreams were delayed because someone got distracted by arguments. Think about how many people missed their moment because they couldn't stay quiet long enough to hear God's voice. That's why silence is not just a habit. It's a discipline. It's a discipline. It's something you have to practice. It takes strength to stay silent when everything inside you wants to speak up. It takes courage to stay silent when people are trying to drag you into drama. But in the silence, you will find clarity, direction, and peace. When you're working on something important, you don't need to tell everyone. You don't need to post it. You don't need to announce it. Just move in silence. Let your results make the noise. Let your success be your answer. People may doubt you now, but one day they'll see what you were building in silence. They'll see the fruit of your focus. They'll see the results of your discipline, and by then you won't need to say a word. Your life will say everything. Even when you're hurt, silence can be healing. Sometimes the best way to recover is to stop talking about the pain and start working on your peace. Silence gives your heart space to heal. It allows your mind to settle. It gives your emotions time to reset. Talking too much about your pain can sometimes make it bigger. But when you step back, stay silent, and give yourself room to breathe, you begin to heal from the inside out. Some people will try to test you. They'll push your buttons just to see how you'll react. But when you remain silent, you rise above their games. You show them that your peace is more valuable than their opinion. You don't need to win every argument. You don't need to prove your point to people who aren't listening. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is walk away, stay silent, and keep moving forward. When you learn the power of silence, you start to grow. You start to focus more on yourself and less on what others are doing or saying. You stop worrying about what people think and you start living in your purpose. You become stronger, wiser, more focused. And that strength will carry you through seasons when people don't understand your journey. Not everyone will understand your silence. Some will think you're distant. Others will think you're weak. But you're not being cold. You're being careful. You're not being rude. You're being wise. You're not being passive. You're being powerful in a different way. So next time you're tempted to respond, to defend, to shout, or to fight, pause. Ask yourself if it's worth it. Ask yourself what silence could teach you. Ask yourself what peace could give you. And remember, the greatest power sometimes comes in doing nothing at all. Let the world make noise. Let others chase attention. You stay silent. You stay focused. You stay grounded, because silence is not empty. Silence is full of answers, full of strength, full of wisdom. And in the end, the quiet ones are often the ones who rise the highest. Not because they shouted the loudest, but because they moved in silence, stayed in purpose, and trusted that what is meant for them will never miss them. Many people think growth is something that happens in public where everyone can see it. They believe it comes with applause, praise, or celebration, but real growth doesn't look like that. Real growth often happens in silence in hidden places when no one is watching. It happens in the dark. Think about a seed. When you plant a seed in the ground, it doesn't grow above the soil right away. First, it goes down. It breaks open. It grows roots in a place where no one can see it. It struggles in the dirt, surrounded by darkness, pressure, and weight. But that's where the process begins. That's where strength is built. That's where it learns how to reach for life. And it's only after that hidden process that the seed rises above the ground and shows signs of growth. The same is true for people. The most important growth in your life usually happens when nobody is watching. It happens in private moments, in lonely seasons, in silent tears, in quiet prayers, and hard decisions. You may not have anyone cheering you on. You may not have anyone noticing the change. But something powerful is happening inside you. There are times in life when it feels like nothing is working. You feel like you're stuck. You feel like you're in the dark, surrounded by problems, pain, or pressure. But that dark place might be exactly where you're supposed to be. Not because you're being punished, but because you're being planted. There's a difference between being buried and being planted. When something is buried, it's meant to stay down. But when something is planted, it's meant to rise. If you're in a season where you feel forgotten or overlooked, understand this. You're not buried, you're planted. You are being prepared for something greater. The struggle you're going through is building something in you that success never could. You are growing stronger, deeper, wiser, even if no one can see it yet. Growth in the dark teaches you things that comfort never will. It teaches you how to be patient. It teaches you how to trust. It teaches you how to believe in yourself even when you have no outside support. When you are in the dark, you begin to listen more closely. You begin to depend on your faith, your vision, your inner voice. You stop caring so much about what other people think. Because you start discovering who you really are. In those moments when you feel alone, something inside you starts to wake up. You begin to see what really matters. You stop chasing approval, and you start chasing purpose. You stop begging for attention and you start building character. You stop trying to be seen and you start trying to be real. There is something sacred about the dark. It forces you to face yourself. It forces you to look at your fears, your habits, your weaknesses. But it also gives you the space to change. You're not performing for anyone. You're not pretending to have it all together. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're just growing. And when you grow in the dark, you grow in truth. You begin to rebuild your life from the inside out. You find new strength, you find peace, you find direction. And when the time comes for you to step into the light, you don't come out empty, you come out prepared. People often ask, oh, why is nothing happening? But something is happening. Roots are growing, foundations are being built. Lessons are being learned. You just can't see it yet. The dark is not the end, it is the beginning. Think about how much pressure it takes for coal to become a diamond. It doesn't happen quickly. It doesn't happen in comfort. It takes time. It takes pain. It takes pressure. It takes pressure. And it all happens in the dark, but in the end, something valuable is produced. Sometimes the dark place is exactly where you meet your purpose. You begin to dream again. You begin to heal. You begin to think clearly. You begin to think clearly. You begin to let go of what no longer serves you. And slowly, day by day, you change. When you come out of that season, people might be surprised. They might wonder how you got so strong, how you became so wise, how you moved forward when they thought you'd be stuck. But they didn't see the nights you cried. They didn't see the battles you fought in silence. They didn't see the choices you made when no one was watching. All they see is the results. All they see is what has bloomed. So if you are in the dark right now, don't give up. Don't curse the season you're in. Something inside you is growing. Something deep is forming. And when it is ready, it will break through. Just like a plant breaking through the soil, just like the sun breaking through the night, your moment will come. But don't rush it. Trust the process. Growth is not fast. Growth is not always visible, but it is always worth it. Let the dark do its work. Let it stretch you. Let it shape you. Let it shape you. Let it prepare you. And one day you'll look back on this season and thank it. You'll see how it changed you, how it humbled you, how it made you better. You'll realize that what looked like the end was actually the beginning of something new. You don't need to fear the dark. You just need to remember that some of the most beautiful things in life were formed there. The stars shine in the dark. The moon glows in the night. A baby grows in the darkness of the womb. A butterfly forms in the darkness of the cocoon. So don't be afraid. You are in the hands of the one who knows how to turn darkness into light. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are simply growing, quietly, slowly, deeply. And when your time comes, when your season shifts, when the light shines again, you won't just step into it. You'll rise into it. You'll rise into it. Not the same person you were before, but someone wiser, stronger, and full of life. Because your growth happened in the dark. There is a purpose for your life. There is something you were born to do, something you were born to do, something only you can carry out. That purpose, that dream, that destiny is waiting for you to walk into it. But on the road to your destiny, there will always be distractions. These distractions may not seem dangerous at first. Some of them may look harmless. Some may even look good. But if you're not careful, they can pull you off course and keep you from becoming the person you were meant to be. Distractions come in many forms. Sometimes they come as people. Not everyone who walks into your life is meant to stay. Some people are sent to test your focus. They may pull you into drama, arguments, or situations that drain your time and energy. You spend hours trying to please them, trying to prove yourself, trying to fix things that were never your responsibility. And while you're doing all that, your dream sits on the shelf, waiting for your attention. Other distractions come through habits. It might be scrolling on your phone, watching too much TV, or constantly comparing yourself to others. These things may seem small, but little by little, they steal your focus. They fill your day with noise and keep you from doing the quiet work that leads to growth. You wake up one day and realize that months have passed, and you've made no progress toward your goals. Sometimes, distractions come as opportunities. Not every open door is a door you should walk through. Some opportunities are good, but they're not good for you. Not right now, not in this season. If you say yes to everything, you'll be spread so thin that you won't be able to give your best to the one thing that matters most. Learning to say no is hard, especially when people expect you to always be available. But protecting your time is protecting your destiny. There are also emotional distractions. Fear, doubt, insecurity. These are inner distractions that slow you down. You start to question if you're good enough, if you're ready, if you're worthy. You begin to overthink. You hesitate. You get stuck. And while your heart is full of dreams, your feet don't move. Fear is loud. Doubt is heavy. Insecurity whispers lies that sound like truth. This stutters time like truth. But you have to remember, your purpose is bigger than your fear. When you allow distractions to take over, they build a wall between you and your destiny. It doesn't happen all at once. It's slow. It's quiet. You think, I'll get back to it tomorrow. You look at others and wonder why they're moving faster than you. Why they're getting opportunities you haven't received. Why their life seems easier, smoother, or more successful. But the truth is, you cannot compare your process to someone else's. What they're going through is not what you're going through. What works for them may not work for you. Their path is theirs. Your path is yours. Growth doesn't look the same for everyone. Some people learn quickly. Others take more time. Some heal fast. Others need years. Others need years. Some find their purpose early. Others discover it later in life. And all of it is okay. There's no right or wrong speed. There's only your speed. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not behind. You are right on time for your journey. The world often tries to rush us. Social media shows people achieving great things while we're still trying to figure life out. But what people post is not the full picture. Not the behind the scenes. You don't see the tears, the doubts, the nights they wanted to quit. Everyone has struggles. They just don't always share them. So don't judge your process based on someone else's progress. Sometimes your process includes pain. It includes loss, failure, rejection, and confusion. It includes seasons where nothing makes sense. But even those seasons have purpose. Even the painful moments are shaping you, teaching you, preparing you. Nothing is wasted. Every lesson, every setback, every delay, it's all part of your story. There may be times when people don't understand you. They may question your choices, doubt your dreams, or walk away from you because you've changed. But that's part of the process too. Growth means leaving behind what no longer fits. And not everyone can go where you're going. That doesn't mean you're wrong. It doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means you're growing. You may also find yourself in seasons of silence, seasons where you're working hard but nobody notices, where you're improving but no one claps, where you're changing but others still see the old version of you. That can feel lonely. It can feel like your efforts don't matter. But they do. They do. Just because others can't see the change doesn't mean it's not happening. Real transformation often happens in private, long before it's seen in public. Your process is not a performance. You don't have to explain it to everyone. You don't owe anyone an explanation for why you're healing the way you are, learning at the pace you are, or changing the way you are. Your life is not for their approval. It's for your peace, your purpose, and your joy. There will also be times when you make mistakes. That's part of it too. The process isn't perfect. You will fall, but you will rise again. You will say the wrong things, take the wrong turns, trust the wrong people. But even those mistakes will teach you something valuable. Don't let guilt or shame keep you from moving forward. You're allowed to grow. You're allowed to evolve. You're allowed to learn. Sometimes your process will be slower because you're carrying more. You may be healing from trauma. You may be dealing with fear. You may have responsibilities others don't understand. And that's okay. Be gentle with yourself. Don't rush healing. Don't rush change. Give yourself the grace you give others. Remember that strength looks different in different seasons. Sometimes strength is showing up. Sometimes it's staying still. Sometimes it's saying no. Other times it's trying again. Other times it's trying again. Your strength is not in how loud you are or how fast you move. Your strength is in your willingness to keep going, to keep trusting, to keep growing, no matter how slow it feels. Let your process be your own. Don't let others pressure you into moving faster than you're ready. Don't let voices outside drown out the voice within. You know what you've been through. You know what you need. Listen to that. Trust that. There is no blueprint for becoming your best self. There is no one path. Some people start over at 20, others at 40. Some take the long road. Others find shortcuts. Some need to rest. Others are ready to run. All of it is fine. What matters is that you keep going, that you don't give up on yourself. That you understand your process is not less valuable just because it looks different. One day the pieces will come together. One day you'll look back and see how every step, every delay, every disappointment, every detour was leading you somewhere beautiful. You'll see how the hard days built your strength, how the quiet days taught you peace, how the confusing days pushed you closer to purpose, and you'll be thankful you didn't quit. So today, take a deep breath. Stop comparing. Stop rushing. Stop trying to make your journey look like someone else's. Instead, honor your own. Celebrate small steps. Be proud of your progress and keep going, even if it's slow, even if it's quiet, even if nobody else sees it. Because your process is personal and it's leading you to something real, something true, and something only you could become. Sometimes in life, the loudest voice is not the one that speaks the most. The loudest voice is the one that shows results. In a world full of noise, where everyone is talking, posting, proving, and trying to be seen, it's easy to feel like you need to explain yourself, defend yourself, or constantly prove your worth. But there is a better way. Let your results speak. You don't always need to respond to every opinion to stand to every opinion. You don't have to answer every question about your journey. You don't have to argue with people who doubt you, misunderstand you, or speak against you. You can keep moving, keep growing, and let the outcome speak for itself. People may not believe in your dreams at first. They may laugh at your ideas or think you're reaching too high. That's okay. You don't need to convince them. Just keep working. Keep building. Keep showing up. Over time, results will silence doubt in ways words never can. There is power in quiet progress. When you focus on the work and not the noise, you begin to grow in strength. While others are talking, you're doing. While others are watching, you're moving. Oh. And one day when the results show up, when the vision becomes a reality, when the plan comes together, those same people who doubted you won't need an explanation. The results will be enough. You don't have to post every step of your journey online. You don't have to tell everyone your goals. Some things are better protected in silence until they are strong enough to stand on their own. There is beauty in letting the fruit speak for the tree. When something is real, it doesn't need to be announced every day. It simply grows, and in time, people notice. Sometimes people will talk about you. They may judge your decisions. They may not understand your path. That's all right. Let them talk. You don't have to use your energy trying to change their minds. Use that energy to keep going. Use that energy to improve, to sharpen your skills, to become the best version of yourself. The truth is, results are louder than opinions. You can argue with words, but you can't argue with outcomes. When you've been faithful to the process, when you've put in the work, when you've stayed consistent even in silence, the results will come. And when they do, they will speak volumes. Let them notice the change without needing to explain it. Your actions, your growth, your transformation, your success. Do the talking. It's more powerful than any speech you could ever give. There will be seasons where nobody notices what you're doing. You may feel invisible. But don't let that stop you. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep showing up for your dream. One day, the seed you planted will grow. One day, the hours of work nobody saw will produce something undeniable. And when that day comes, you won't have to say a word. The results will speak. You don't have to tell people you've changed. Let your behavior show it. You don't have to tell people you've healed. Let your peace show it. You don't have to tell people you're focused. Let your progress show it. Talk less. Work more. Let your life speak. This doesn't mean you can't ever share your journey. It just means that you don't have to seek validation from others at every step. Sometimes when you keep things to yourself, you protect them from unnecessary judgment. When the time is right, people will see. They will see the glow in your face, the results in your work, the strength in your voice, the fruit of your labor. They'll see it without you having to say a word. Some of the most successful people in the world didn't make noise on the way up. They kept their heads down, they stayed focused, and they let the results speak. By the time people noticed, it was already done. The foundation was already strong. The results were already clear. Let this be your mindset. You don't need to impress anyone. You don't need to prove anything. Just keep showing up, keep learning, keep growing, keep doing the work, even when it's boring, even when no one is clapping, even when it feels like no one cares. Because one day they will see, and you won't have to explain how you got there. Results take time. Growth takes time. Change takes time. You may not see the reward right away. That's okay. Don't rush it. Trust the process. Plant the seed. Water it. Give it sunlight. Keep taking care of it. Eventually, it will bloom. And when it does, it will be worth every quiet day, every unseen moment, every unrecognized effort. Let your life speak in the way you show up. Let it speak in how you treat others. Let it speak in the work you put out, in the peace you carry, in the strength you hold. Let your results shine brighter than your words. There's no need to boast, no need to prove. Just live, just grow, just become. And the right people will notice. The ones who matter will see. The ones who didn't believe may even change their minds. And if they don't, that's fine too. Because at the end of the day, you didn't do it for them. You did it for you. You did it because you believed in your purpose, your dream, your calling. So keep going. Keep moving. Stay focused. Stay grounded. Let them talk. And when it's time, when the work is done, when the moment is right, your results will do the talking, and you won't have to say a word. Every person dreams of success. Everyone wants to be promoted, to reach higher places in life, to achieve something meaningful. Whether it's in your career, your relationships, your calling, or your personal goals, we all want to grow. But real growth doesn't just happen overnight. True promotion does not come without preparation. You have to be ready before you rise. That's the truth many people forget. Oh man, children, many people forget. Promotion sounds exciting. People want to be seen, noticed, and rewarded. They want to lead, to influence, to live their dream life. But very few people talk about what it takes to be truly ready for that level. What happens before the stage, before the spotlight, before the success? Preparation. Long, quiet, often invisible preparation. The work you do when no one is watching. The learning you go through when no one is clapping. The sacrifices you make that nobody sees. Think about a seed. Before it becomes a tree, before it grows leaves and bears fruit, it must be planted. It has to go underground, where no one sees it. It has to be buried in the dark and the dirt and silence. And then it waits. It stretches. It fights to grow roots. It takes in water. It learns to survive under pressure. All of that happens before anything ever breaks through the surface. And yet that's the most important part. Because if the roots don't grow strong, a tree will fall when it faces the wind. If the seed grows too fast without preparing deep roots, it won't last. That's what preparation does. It builds your roots. It teaches you how to stay grounded. It helps you become strong on the inside so that you can handle the weight of what's coming on the outside. Without preparation, promotion can become a burden. It can break you instead of bless you. Sometimes people get ahead too quickly. Too quickly. They chase fame, money, or recognition without taking time to grow. And when they get to that higher place, they realize they're not ready. They don't have the discipline. They don't have the wisdom. They don't have the patience or character to stay there. That's why preparation is a gift. It protects you. It shapes you. It gets you ready for what you asked for. You may be in a season right now where you feel overlooked. You feel like you're doing all the right things, but no doors are opening. You feel stuck, tired, and maybe even forgotten. But that doesn't mean you're not moving forward. It means you're in the process. You're in preparation, and preparation doesn't always feel good. It can be lonely. It can be slow. It can feel like nothing is happening. But the truth is, something is happening inside of you. You're learning. You're growing. You're becoming the person who can carry the dream when it finally arrives. Preparation happens in many ways. It can come through small responsibilities. It can come through tests, trials, or even failure. It may not always look spiritual or special It may look like serving when you want to lead. It may look like showing up every day when no one is watching. It may look like taking correction, learning from mistakes, staying humble, and choosing patience over pride. These are the moments that shape your future. These are the things that prepare you for what's coming next. You don't build character on the stage, you build it in the shadows. You don't build endurance during the race, you build it in the training. You don't become excellent in public, you become excellent in private. Don't rush the process. Don't try to skip the hard parts. Every great story includes preparation. Even the strongest people had seasons where they were hidden, seasons where they were misunderstood, seasons where it felt like nothing was working, but they kept preparing. They kept preparing. They kept building. And when the right time came, they were ready. Timing matters. Sometimes the promotion is delayed not because you're being punished, but because you're being protected. If the opportunity came too soon, it might crush you. But if you prepare, if you stay faithful, if you keep growing, the opportunity will meet you at the right time, and you'll be ready for it. Don't just dream of the position. Prepare for the responsibility. Anyone can desire the crown, but few are willing to carry its weight. You need strength for where you're going. You need wisdom. You need endurance. These things don't come overnight. They come through experience, through patience, through preparation. Maybe your dream is big. That's good. Big dreams require deep preparation. You want to build something that lasts, something that matters, something real. That doesn't happen by accident. It happens through hard work, consistency, and learning. It happens when you take the small things seriously, when you do your best, even when the task seems unimportant. Seems unimportant. When you treat every moment like it matters, because it does. Promotion will come. Your time will come. But let it find you ready. Let it find you strong, focused, and steady. Let it find you confident, not because you rushed, but because you were faithful to the season of preparation. So if you're in a waiting season right now, don't be discouraged. Waiting is not wasted time. It's working time. It's building time. It's learning time. Keep showing up. Keep sharpening your skills. Keep listening. Keep growing. Keep trusting that when the time is right, the door will open and you will walk through it prepared. Preparation always comes before promotion. That is the order. That is the pattern. And that is the promise. Keep preparing. Your promotion is coming. Keep preparing. Your promotion is coming. In the end, this journey isn't about noise, attention, or rushing to the finish line. It's about focus. It's about discipline. It's about staying true to yourself when the world wants to pull you in every direction. When you learn to focus on yourself and stay silent, you begin to understand that not everything needs a reaction. Some things just need your growth. Because silence is a weapon, not of weakness, but of wisdom. It protects your peace, your energy, and your vision. Remember, growth happens in the dark, when no one is watching, clapping, or understanding what you're building. Distractions delay destiny, so don't let noise and comparison rob you of your calling. This is your life, your process, and your process is personal. Nobody has the right to define it but you. And as you walk your path, don't rush to speak. Let results speak. Let your life be the loudest thing about you. Understand that preparation always precedes promotion. You won't rise until you're ready. And when you're ready, the door will open, not because you forced it, but because you are faithful. Every quiet moment, every hidden season, every uncelebrated victory, it was never wasted. It was making you. So today I encourage you to walk with confidence. Not because people see you, but because you see yourself. You know the work you're doing even if nobody else does. Stay focused. Stay silent. Stay prepared because your moment is coming. And when it does, you won't have to announce it.